Hello, Mr. Randy here. Today we're going to take a look at some geometric construction problems from a group of assignments that we're doing in our Drafting 101 class. So assignment 101.05, which I have up on the screen here, it's right here, says to start a new drawing in AutoCAD using a template. Then you're going to browse and go select a particular template out of a different location. So I want to show you how to do that. Because it's a little different now. So here I am. If you've just opened AutoCAD and you're at the New tab, there's no way to browse to get to a different template other than the ones that show up right here. Those don't do us any good. So this is what you have to do. I want you to just start a new drawing with a template. I don't care which one. And once you're in Drawing Editor, I want you to go up to the very top of the screen and click on the New File icon way up at the top. Don't click on this. That will put us in another splash screen. So click on this New tab button up here, or New button up here. And now we can browse. So here's the standard templates, but we're going to go to Support, Classes, 101, and we're going to grab the geometric construction template and hit open. Alright, this is the assignment sheet for 05, and you can see that there are 12 different little assignments on it. Some of these will reference a very specific figure or page out of the book, so you can see right here figure 394. So if you go look in the book, it'll kind of help you with that assignment. Some of these we'll talk about in lecture. I'm going to demonstrate just a few of the more unique ones that might be hard to figure out by looking at the textbook picture. So I'm going to zoom up on the bisecting problem here. And it says to bisect the angle with a line using method 1. Now, bisecting an angle is just dividing it in half. And in the old days, we would have done this with a compass, of course. And we would have taken our compass point and stuck it right there on point F, and I'd have drawn an arc across these two lines. I'm going to do the same thing in AutoCAD, so I'm going to draw a circle from point F, and I'm just going to go out somewhere close to E, but not all the way to E. Somewhere right about there. I don't care how big that circle is. Now, you would agree with me that from F to that intersection on line E is the exact same distance as from F to the intersection on line G. Alright, so now I'm going to draw a couple more circles, but they have to be the exact same diameter, the two circles. So I'm going to go to the Circle tool, and I'm going to click on this intersection between E and the circle that I drew. And I'm going to take my mouse, and if you think about the distance to here, I need to go more than halfway, but it doesn't matter how much. As long as you're more than halfway across, that's not far enough. So I'm going to go more than halfway and just click. Now I need a second circle exactly the same size as that one. So I'm going to go to the Circle tool again. You could always hit Enter to repeat the circle command. I'm going to click here and start to move. And if you look at my command prompt down here, it remembers the last diameter or radius that I drew. 1.095, and there's probably more decimal places after that. If I just hit Enter, AutoCAD will input that value here. So I'm just going to hit Enter. I'm not going to click with my mouse. I'm just going to hit Enter on the keyboard, and I get a second identical circle. Now I will draw a line from point F to this intersection right here between those two circles, and that line is an exact bisector. I'm going to put that on the object layer of the angle EFG. Now let's slide over. That's kind of the old-fashioned way to do it. That's how we did it with a compass. This would be the CAD way to do it. I'm going to draw a circle again from point J, go out there about the same distance. Now I'm going to draw a line from intersection to intersection. You'd agree with me again that J to intersection and J to intersection are exactly the same distance, so the midpoint of that line is the bisector. So I'll do a line from the midpoint. I'm going to grab the midpoint snap of that line back to J. I'll click on that line again. We'll put it on the object layer. And we have a solution. Alright, let's slide up here. First of all, while I'm sitting right here, I want to trim away some of these pieces of the construction circles to get them out of the way. So let's take care of that first. I'll just hit enter, won't pick a trim boundary. And I'm just going to clip some of these pieces out of here just to clean up my drawing space a little so I don't accidentally click on one of those pieces. Alright, so let's take a look at this problem. Problem 8 is saying to divide the space between the parallel lines into 5 equal spaces. Well, this is something you can do at home. When you have, say, a sheet of paper, you want to divide it into 5 equal spaces. Take a ruler, a scale, lay it across the paper until you have a distance on some diagonal that's exactly divisible by 5, like say 10 inches. And then go 2 inches up the scale and make a mark, go to 4, make a mark, go to 6, make a mark, go to 8, make a mark. Those lines will be exactly equal spaced across, and if you just drew parallel lines through them, you'd have the paper divided. So we're going to do the same thing in AutoCAD. I'm going to draw a line from the end point here to the end point here, and it doesn't matter where you connect as long as you're exactly connected on the line. We're now going to use a command called divide. It's not on a toolbar button, so we're just going to type it in, D-I-V-I-D-E, and hit enter. I'm going to pick the line I just drew, and then it's asking me down here for the number of segments. I'm going to say I want 5 segments and hit enter. AutoCAD puts a point in, 4 points to be exact, dividing it into 5 equal spaces. Now I need parallel lines through these points. I'm going to offset, so I'm going to go up and select offset. I want to say T for through. I'm going to pick this line, and then I'm going to pick the node right there. You can see it light up green. Remember to read your directions that you should have node set as one of your snap modes on this drawing. And then we'll pick the line, snap through that node, pick the line, wait for that green circle, pick the line, and click. There I have 5 perfectly even divisions between the original 2 lines. Alright, let's slide this over. We're going to construct an ogee curve with unequal arcs, and that means that this distance and this distance aren't the same. To understand what we're going to create, an ogee curve will be a line and it'll flow into an arc. It'll cross through the center, another arc, and then this line. So it's just going to be a blend through here, and everything will be tangent, so there'll be nice smooth transitions. Alright, I want you to notice that line BE and line EC are 2 separate lines. That's important on this assignment. The first thing we have to do is find the midpoint between these two. So I'm going to do an offset. Through, so T for through. I'm going to pick this line. I'm going to go up and click on midpoint and pick this line. You can see it light up, the little triangle there. And that line's going right through, and I'm going to do the same going down. So line, see if I mouse, you don't see that triangle anywhere. Got to go up, hit midpoint, pick this line. Okay. Now, to find my center points for my 2 arcs, I'm going to draw a line. I'm just going to type an L and hit enter. Sorry. From point B, I'm going to come straight down until I hit that line I offset. Then I'm going to repeat that command. I'll hit enter. And I'm going to go from point C straight up to there. Make sure, I'm going to draw one more line. Make sure when you're drawing up, you're getting that snap line. You can see that green line appearing. That tells me I'm snapping straight up. Make sure you're vertical there. All right, I can draw a couple circles now. I'm going to do a circle by radius from this point. That's the center point. And I'm just going to go up and snap it to point B. And I'm going to do a circle from this intersection, this intersection that we created through point C. Now, I'm going to take these two circles and I'm going to make them object circles. And one of the things you want to check real quick is zoom way, way, way up on point E. And if those two circles aren't crossing exactly through that intersection, you've done something wrong. Okay? So ask for help or erase and start over. But one of your lines is off or one of your arcs is off if you don't see them crossing through. I'm going to take these two lines just to make it look pretty. We're going to put those on the object layer. And then I'm going to trim things up. So I'm going to click on trim and I'll just hit enter. And we'll get rid of some pieces here. And I have to zoom up here and I'll get rid of that piece and that piece and that piece. And we're done. There's my ogee curve, this nice, beautiful blend right through to D, okay? All right, so that's the end of part 1. And if you want to see the last couple problems solved on this sheet, then pick up part 2 on YouTube. And until then, enjoy.